Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please be informed that I share some real and practical trading tips to help you become a better trader. So in today's video, I'm going to share something that is unreal to hear, but can be done practically. And the reason being, I just did it before some time. Okay, so if I can do it, then anyone can do it. But of course, the rules have to be followed religiously. Okay, so coming back to the topic, what I'm talking about here is about today's trade that I took. I took just two trades for the day. One was a sell trade in Nifty and the other trade was a sell trade in LTF futures. Okay, now the capital invested was exactly 3,000 rupees and the profits I made was around 7,200 rupees. So it was a 240% return that I'm talking about here, guys, and that too in a single day. Okay, sounds crazy, but it was all rule based, disciplined execution. Okay, now without wasting any further time, let's get on to my phone. I have to show you, right, that how much capital was invested and what was the return and what trade was being taken. Give me some time and let me connect my phone to the computer. All right, okay, we have it here. Okay, so I'm live on my phone right now, guys. Okay, so as you can see here, let me minimize this. Okay, so as you can see here, 3,000 rupees was deposited today morning at around 8:38 a.m. So my capital was 3,000 rupees, and at the same time, I was ready to lose 3,000 rupees as well. Okay, that was the risk appetite that I had for today's trade. Okay, so and the profit that you see here was around 7,293 rupees. Let's round it up to 7,200. So the return were like 240% returns. Okay, uh, now talking about the trades here, Nifty was the trade that I took first. I think it was like at 9:20, yeah, and the LTF futures trade was taken at 9:22. Talking about the Nifty futures, the entry was made at around 25,517, and I exited my sell trade at around 25,433. It was like 80 plus points move, right? And talking about the LTF, talking about the LT futures here, the entry, it was again a sell trade, and the entry was taken at around 288.55, and I exited my sell trade at around 283.75, which is approximately a 5 rupees move. Again, guys, a 5 rupees move for a 200 to 300 priced script is a big deal for intraday. Okay, so the profit was around 4,800 in LT futures, and the profit was around 2,493 in Nifty futures. Okay, this is all about the trade. Okay, okay. Now let's get on to the chart and let me explain the technicals. Okay, just a moment. Okay, let's talk about LT futures first. Okay, now uh, why did I take up the trade is the first question, right? So I followed again the same two line strategy. If you remember, we just use R1 and S1 pivot lines. And as I have already said, if you see a particular script starting the day below S1, you can blindly take a sell trade. Okay, but the rule is you have to initiate the sell trade after the first 5 minutes candle. So the 9:15 candle, you are not supposed to take any trade. And the moment the 9:20 candle starts, you can execute your sell trade at the at the opening price of the 9:20 candle. Okay, so the same thing was done by me today. I saw that LTF opened below S1, which gave me which told me that it has all the chances to go down further for the entire day. Okay, even if not for the entire day, at least for me to gain a decent amount of profit. Okay, so that is the whole thought process that I had when it started. So I waited for the first 5 minutes candle to close, and the moment the 9:20 candle started, I took up the trade. Okay, and the trade was taken at around 288 rupees 55 paise, which will be around here, right here. Let me bring in the pencil, just a moment. Yeah, so the entry was somewhere here. Okay, and my exit what was around 283.75, which is at 283.75 is here. 283.75 is somewhere here. Okay, somewhere here, right? So this was the 5 rupees catch that was made in the LTF futures. Okay, so basically what the takeaway here is, as you can see here, initially it gave a good move downwards. If I would have wanted, I would have actually booked my profits somewhere here. Okay, but I was actually expecting this guy to be going down further. That is the reason why I waited further. And that waiting period took my entire day. But was it worth it? Of course, it worth it. Okay, of course it was worth it because I got the fall which I wanted. Okay, so please remember, guys, if you miss booking your profits at the first instance, that does not mean that something wrong has been done. If you are very sure about your technicals, if you are very used to your technical analysis, then there is no space for fear. You will comfortably wait for the stock prices to go down. Okay, so here, as you can see here, let me delete these, get back to the cursor. So if you see here, the entry was at around the sell entry was around 288.55. Okay, it came down to 285.25, but I did not book my profits. It was like a more than 3 rupees move, right? Rather, I waited further, and while I was waiting, it actually went up to 291.25. So do I panic? Of course not. I don't have to panic here. Okay, so I see another thing why you should not be panicking is because you have to wait for the swing high. Your stop loss will be the swing high. In this case, of course, the swing high will be the high of this candle, of the first 5 minutes candle, but that stop loss is a bit high. So you can decide upon your stop losses accordingly. There is no, fixed rule to define a stop loss. Depending on the situation, your stop loss changes. And for today, I was very confident that it will fall. And I had something, a particular price point at my in my mind, wherein if at all the price would have reached at that point, I would have come out of the trade. Okay, but obviously it did not hit that particular price point, so I stayed back in the trade. Okay, so the point what I'm trying to make here is, if you are comfortable with your technicals, there will be no problem with you for waiting for the trade and for waiting for your expected target. Okay, though it took my entire day here, but at the end of the day, it rewarded me for my patience. Okay, so this was the trade for LTF futures, guys. Now moving on to the Nifty futures trade. So this chart is Nifty 15 minutes chart, as you can see here, and the left hand side is the Nifty 50 5 minutes chart. So for Nifty 50, I follow the 5 minutes chart, and for Nifty, I follow the 15 minutes chart. Okay, please remember, guys, I'm showing you exactly what I do on a day-to-day basis. Okay, there's no difference. Okay, I trade the same way, the way I'm explaining you in this video. Okay, so please listen to me carefully. If you want to absorb the things, please do, and I can promise you that you will come out with flying colors. Okay, you will be profitable by the end of the day. Okay, so getting back to the topic, as I said, this is the Nifty futures chart, and the time frame is 15 minutes. Again, the day started here, right? The day started here, and the first candle of the day closed below S1. Again, the same strategy, the two line strategy. Since it closed below S1, I initiate my trade at the second candle's opening price. Okay, so I initiated my trade at around 25,517, right? So it will be somewhere around, just a moment, 25,517. Yeah, somewhere here at the top. Okay, here. So I executed my sell trade here and I booked out my profits at around 25,433, and it will be somewhere around 25,4 sorry, 25,433. No, yeah, so somewhere here, 433. Okay, but what was the time? Okay, I'm not sure about the time, but somewhere in this range. Okay, so let's take it somewhere here in this range. Okay, I booked my profits. Now, please remember, guys, it was a 80 plus profit points that was booked, and that too in Nifty. Normally in Nifty, I prefer booking my profits at around 30 to 40 points, max to max 50 points, because in Bank Nifty, I aim for around 100 to 120 points. So for Nifty, I take half of it. Okay, so half of it will be around 40 to 50 points. But today I waited because I was pretty sure that this guy will fall further. And like as you can see on the chart, if I would have waited further till the end of the day, I would have gained much more. Okay, but again, 80 plus points move catching in Nifty intraday trading is a big deal. Okay, so you follow the technicals, you get the reward, as simple as that. Okay, and just to talk about Bank Nifty here, even if I would have taken a trade in Bank Nifty, so basically I would have taken a trade where in Bank Nifty. This is the candle which actually breached the S1. So I would have initiated my sell trade at this candle, at the opening price of this candle, right? So the opening price of the 930 candle, right? And the opening price was around 61,210. Okay, and so my target would be 61,110. So it would be somewhere around here, right? Here. Let me mark it. Somewhere around here. So easy peasy, right? You follow the rules. S1 was breached, you initiated a sell trade, and you waited for 100, 120 points, which was easily met. And if you would have waited more, you would have gained more. As simple as that. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you, guys. So it's not a big deal to earn money in the market. The only thing which you need to take care is about your technical analysis. And trust me on this, the technical analysis which I follow, this has been achieved with years and years of practice. Okay, it's not like you did a back testing for 1 to 2 years and you are very sure about your setup, or you're very sure about your technical analysis. Okay, so as I said, I'm sorry to repeat this, but whatever I'm showing you on this video, the same thing is being followed by me while I trade. And you see the results for yourself, right? So if a 3,000 rupees account can do this with the right execution, imagine what consistency can do over time. Okay, rather, I would say don't focus on the 240% returns. Focus on the process behind it. Okay, because returns, they differ. Every day they will differ. But discipline builds your account. Okay, and if you are a guy or a girl who is bringing in 240% returns to his or her account in a single day, then imagine what wonders you can do if you follow the right process day in and day out. Okay, so the rest is for you to brood about. Okay, the rest is for you to think about what you can do and what you should be doing. Okay, so that's it from my end for today, guys. And if you found this helpful, smash that like button, share this with your trading friends, and drop a comment below if you have any queries. Let's help each other grow as traders. And of course, if you haven't yet, please do subscribe to the channel for more real and practical trading insights. Thank you for watching. Trade simple, trade smart, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, happy trading and take care of yourselves. Bye bye.